Hey guys, just thought I'd check in with how your week's been. It's been pretty up and down here for me, I'll tell you that right now. It's been amazing. There's been some beautiful energy in the air, and a lot of people are feeling really motivated and happy and inspired, which is a really great space to be in. 2016 has been fantastic for that so far. For me personally, I felt a lot of that fantastic energy too. But last week, even a few days ago, for a short while, there was some energy coming through that was really intense. So intense that I was feeling overwhelmed, to the point of wanting to cry. And not just for a minute, I mean, for a good few hours. So it was a panic attack unlike one I'd had in some time. Often with our breathing skills and mantras or any techniques that you might have learned along the way, they can be really helpful in helping bring us back, or through an anxiety attack. But other times they can really take us by surprise, and the energy is blown out of the water to the point where we don't really know what to do or how to calm ourselves down in the moment. But clearly we do have a choice point. We can either let the anxiety attack, gain momentum, which never ends well or feels good at all. Or we can, just choose to stop in that moment and use the tools that we do have to help us, transmute the energy and choose a different state of well-being. So, for me in that moment, I was able to use the peace oil from the emotions kit, a drop in my hand, rubbed right into my chest just to open up that heart chakra. It was incredibly useful at the time. Breathing is the best thing we can do when we're having an anxiety attack. We find that our life force and our breath is cut off, during an attack, a panic attack. So being able to reopen and re-energize our breath and life force is a really beautiful way to be able to come back into the moment. When coupled with an oil, it allows the expansion to take place at a much more rapid pace. Being able to use a drop of peace, or any oil that you choose intuitively for that matter. It steps a ritual into a new realm, into a new efficient state of being. Not only does it allow us to just stop and breathe right into the moment, but the oils that it's made of and the energies that they do carry help send messages to the parts of the brain where they're most needed. So, you don't need to put too much thought into what oil you're intuitively going for. Normally the best one that you pick is, ideal, because, subconsciously it may be exactly what you need to unpack what it is that you're going through. For me, there was a few other things that I needed to do in that moment, included mantras and tapping and all of that sort of thing, just to help bring me straight back into where I needed to be. It didn't happen instantly. I mean, the voice that was, coming through my internal dialogue, you can call it the monkey mind or the reptilian brain. There's lots of words for it, but I was definitely living in my head in that moment. When you're thinking, negative things from back here, it's, we can fall into a habit of believing those thoughts and those words, which are not useful for us. And more often than not, they're not true. And even if they are, we can reword them. Most of the time they're for worry, and we don't need that. It's like praying for what you don't want. So using positive mantras, deep breathing, centering yourself, feeling grounded in the moment, using a crystal of your choice. Sometimes I'll just hold mine. You can use tapping, which I did in this moment as well. I had to take myself away and do that in a way that was best for me, and it just helps to drive those mantras deep into where they need to go. Release from your conscious mind, if they're clouding you and your perspective, and it's a beautiful way to make way for new energy. And, you know, since then, I have felt so much better. But once we do clear something that we don't need, it is beautiful to be able to replace it with something that, you know, is positive and uplifting, and all of those wonderful, beautiful things that we just adore, like, you know, peace, clarity, love, understanding, passion, joy, you know, all the rest of it. So, you know, by using 2 amazing oils like these ones, Cheer and Motivate, they're literally like sunshine in a bottle. There are so many beautiful oils that you can use. Lately I have been using these ones a lot. I also love Elevation and Citrus Bliss, and, you know, yummy oils that really nurture and uplift, you know, and elevate in the moment in such an incredible and effective way. So to be able to use these, you just dab them on the wrist. You can put them in some aromatherapy jewellery where it's always around your neck and you can inhale it often. The second that it goes onto your skin and circulating, you can smell it straight away, so it's going through your limbic system and hitting all of those beautiful parts of the brain that you want it to. But it's also going straight through your bloodstream and just going to where it needs to go, you know, into your cells and those spaces between. There's something really special about being able to connect your positive energy shifts with a smell. It just helps drive it, you know, through your system and your subconscious in the most divine way. So, you know, at the end of the day, when we are having, you know, a panic attack, no matter what level of intensity it's at, make sure you choose which way you're going to go with it. And we are empowered beings, and we are able to do that. So often we displace and disempower ourselves by waiting for someone else to help us. But there are some incredible ways that we can learn to do it ourselves. And, you know, we know when it's happening. We can feel it, you know, and it doesn't feel good. So it's like catching it, you know, catching the wave before it turns into a tidal wave and takes you out. So, you know, look, there'll be lots of workshops coming up, or if you wanted to connect any further, to, you know, just get some tips. Like, I'm more than happy to share, because really we are in this together. So, namaste everybody, and I just hope you're feeling wonderful and blessed. Take care.